Hey guys, welcome to our first podcast. You got me, Malvin, Jeff, and Kurt. Let's just get started.
This is a more relevant topic. Lakers versus Nets. Right now, the playoffs are looking like they might reach each other in the finals. Who is gonna win?
So I'll go first.
Go first.
First off, the Lakers are not going to go to the finals. Dallas or the Suns are going to beat them.
But if they were, this is
chance. But that's besides the point. Anyways, we're talking about Lakers versus Nets. Just look at the lineup we have presented to us right now. Okay, who's gonna guard Kyrie? Okay. Dennis Schroeder cannot guard Kyrie, okay? Let's say in this situation, KD is being guarded by LeBron, who's going to guard Harden, you know what I mean? AD, he's the best big in this picture, obviously. Obviously, like LeBron and KD are bigs, but we're just going to call them small forwards, right? So AD probably will give whoever's guarding him some buckets, right? But LeBron, we've seen KD hold his own against LeBron, right? Mm-hmm. And then we have two of the top 10 best guards in the NBA. So, I definitely think this is not a competition. Nets in 5.
Okay. What I think is, well, first of all, I just want to say, as much as I hate to say this, it is possible to see the Lakers in the finals. And I say this because if the Suns don't step up their game, I don't want this to happen, but if the Suns don't step up their game, I think we're going to see another Portland versus Lakers series where the Lakers go up 4-1. And then from there, the other teams, the Nuggets, the Trailblazers, whatever, the Lakers are obviously a better team right now. So I could see them in the finals, but, it's not guaranteed, so. But in this situation, the Nets easily win. Like that's not even a debate. James Harden gets guarded by who? KCP. He's a shooting guard, right? That's a terrible matchup for the Lakers.
Technically, Kyrie is guarded by KCP.
Doesn't Schroeder guard him?
Kyrie's the shooting guard, and James Harden's the point guard.
Really?
They switched. Yeah.
Okay, that's still a terrible matchup for both people. Because James Harden can shoot. He's a threat from outside. He demands multiple attention from... he demands multiple defenders to, stop him from doing what he does. And he also has elite playmaking skills. So, as we've seen, he can get good passes. And, his on-court decisions are really good. Yeah, he wins that matchup. Shooting guard Kyrie is better than KCP. That's no debate. I don't really know KCP for his defense, but I can tell you one thing. It doesn't matter how hard you guard Kyrie. Unless you put multiple defenders on him, I can't see him being stopped one-on-one because he's just a great ISO scorer. And so, yeah. And then Kevin Durant, I remember when LeBron was on Miami, he used to play sweaty basketball. I watched some show he was on, and he said that when he was on Miami, you know how he became branded as a villain, like him, Dwayne Wade, and you know what I'm talking about, right? Because of that movie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he said he kind of gave the people what they wanted. If they were gonna make him a villain, that he was gonna play basketball like that. So he said he started to play basketball angry. That's what he said. So he was really a sweat. LeBron doesn't play defense like that anymore. So we've never seen a Miami LeBron and a Kevin Durant matchup before. So we don't know how that would have turned out. But
Okay.
Wait.
Can I segue in real quick?
Okay, what?
Real quick. Okay.
Peace.
Braun got beat with Curry and Klay Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we have Kyrie Irving, a little bit worse than Stephen Curry, and James Harden, better than Klay Thompson, versus LeBron and AD.
Okay,
I think
that
they're just gonna beat LeBron like they have before.
Look, let me finish.
Okay, you two already talked.
I wasn't even done.
Oh,
let
shut
me
up.
finish. No, let me finish. So Kevin Durant, as Melvin said, he can hold his own against LeBron. I don't think LeBron's best bet in defense at this point, from what I've seen from LeBron so far, unless he goes back to playing actual defense and stops falling on the floor for no reason.
Thank you.
I don't think LeBron is going to be able to hold KD out of his hotspot. You know what I'm saying? Joe Harris, Jeff, is field goal wise the best, let me say the most efficient 3-point shooter in the NBA. He's not better than Stephen Curry, but he's more efficient and reliable according to the field goal percentage from the 3-point line. Who guards him? I don't even know. In this situation, I'm not sure. Anyway, Joe Harris, apart from his 3-point and shooting skills, he isn't like a superstar player, so I don't think he'll be too hard to guard. But still, when you put the ratios together, you have 3 players on the net who win their matchups against 3 players on the Lakers, and then that just leaves 2 other players. And yeah, so the Lakers
And Marc Gasol isn't what he used to be.
No, 100%. So
you done?
The Nets are just better. They're offensively better, and they're gonna take out the Lakers in. Let's go with 6, just to be safe.
Okay.
6 or 5, 5 to 6.
My turn,
just
guys.
To be safe.
Do we all agree it's my turn?
Okay.
It's my turn. So
no, it's not your turn yet. It's not your turn yet.
Okay, it's my turn. There's no interrupting me. It's time for the truth.
The truth.
You guys are just looking at
time for some Nazi propaganda.
Speak for 10 seconds. This man's already interrupting
time
me.
For some Nazi
I already
propaganda.
see the point you're about to make. You think Kylie Kuzma's gonna do anything?
Okay. Can I speak now? Like, I didn't interrupt you. Please show a little respect. Okay? Alright. You guys are acting like it's a 5v5. There's a bench. The Lakers have one of the best bench. Could you guys actually just let me talk? Like, I didn't do this when you guys were talking.
Yeah,
like,
you actually did, man.
Okay, let's think here. Kyrie, James Harden, perimeter players. Let's think here. Kyle Kuzma, KCP, THT, Dennis Schroeder, Alex Caruso, Wesley Matthews, Ben McLemore, and Jared Dudley. All good perimeter defenders. And I'm not saying they're better than them. Because they're the other side on offense. But in defense-wise, they are all good perimeter defenders. And you want proof of that? Dennis Schroeder is the best defender on Stephen Curry. That is true. And let's be honest here. Stephen Curry is better than Kyrie Irving. Let's be honest here. Stephen Curry is better than Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
But is he a better ISO player?
Yeah, that's.
He's still a better player. And it's not because of his defense.
Okay.
And finally, let's keep going. The Lakers are the most versatile team ever. They can go small ball. They can go big ball.
Nope.
They got Mark Gasol, Andre Drummond for a tall lineup. But they also got Harold, AD, LeBron, and small ball is players who are not just small, but is very skilled. The Lakers team is very skilled. And plus, who's gonna stop AD? Ain't nobody in this team. Who's gonna stop AD? DeAndre Jordan, you really being serious right now? DeAndre Jordan's gonna stop an Anthony Davis.
Can I
Out rebound Drummond? Who's gonna out rebound Drummond?
can I try?
Drummond. Big Drummond. No, I'm still
Hey,
talking.
you think Kevin Durant can't stay
I'm
off?
still talking.
You know
I'm
the new
still talking.
switches, right?
Question if you're
I'm still
not
talking. I'm still talking. You guys have like 10 minutes each. Okay? And then we're also talking about, Kurt, I'm pretty sure Kurt also said that we never see Miami, LeBron versus Kevin Durant. We did.
Okay.
And LeBron won. And
Okay,
LeBron
but
won.
does LeBron play like he does in the past? No.
He's arguably better. He's arguably plays smarter basketball.
Yeah,
He's
but
still smart basketball.
Kevin Durant's still a
Okay,
better
just-
scorer.
just-
than
just-
his
just-
offensive
Why
ability.
I keep talking? Like you guys had 10 minutes. You guys keep on
Don't
interrupting me.
ask questions if you don't want them answered.
What did I ask
Did
questions?
the question.
You said who's gonna guard AD, who's gonna out rebound.
That was 5 minutes ago, bro. We'll
Huh?
That was
Wait,
not.
past
You've
that.
lost your sense of time.
Past
So
that.
maybe
We're past
30
that.
seconds.
We're past that. We're past that. We're past that. We're past that. And at the end of the day, it's LeBron James. He's the king.
No,
He's
it's
the
not.
ultimate underdog. He's the ultimate underdog. Do you realize? When he is down a series, he has always won except for 4 times. His entire in the 2010
Yo,
compared to 10
Compared to
times.
his
You know what that
18-year
also
series,
proves?
nice.
You know what that also proves? LeBron, and this is gonna sound real bad, okay? LeBron is not a winner. Now hear me out.
LeBron is a
Lost the
4-time.
10 times.
What does it take to be a
Lost
winner?
the finals 10 times and won 4 times. One of them he lost to a lone Dirk Nowitzki. So now you think he's gonna win against?
Okay, so getting to the finals, you don't have to win to get to the finals. Is getting the finals
Regular
just,
season games aren't the same as playoff
no,
games.
getting to the finals, first round, second round, Eastern Conference Final, Western Conference Final, is those not winning? Did he not win those? Those are winning.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter until you win the championship. Remember what the Bulls team said about the 72 to what? Remember the Warriors had a 72 wins and like 8 losses, and they didn't win that season. What did Michael Jordan say? 72 wins without a ring doesn't mean
73.
anything. So they made it to the finals, they lost, so that doesn't matter.
Right. Also, and
But he never said they are a
Also-
loser. They never said that he's a loser. He said he didn't win it.
It didn't
But
mean
he
also
never said
LeBron
he did
said
not.
LeBron said himself when they won the conference finals, job's not done.
Job's not done.
You
Job's
win
not
the
done.
finals.
But he did he
And
not
they're
win the
not
first
gonna-
round?
he-
Did he not
he
win the
doesn't
second
win
round?
the
Did
finals
not
much,
win the
no?
Eastern
It's a
Conference.
bad record. It's a bad percentage.
And also,
Okay,
Jeff,
let's talk about those records. Here we go. 2007. How you expect him to beat Tim Duncan and a fully decked out Spurs with a big CZ? Are you guys serious? So 2007, that should not even. It should be a accomplishment to make it to 2007 because he actually won with him.
That's
Just
a question for you, Jeff. You know, I
that
have
was
a different
literally Dirk. Dirk did the same
I have a
thing.
different
that you
question
guys
for
praise
you.
about.
I have a different
And then
question.
I'm not done. 2011. I'll give it to him. He should have won that. There's a black stain on his career. 2012, he won. 2013, he won. 2014, the Spurs were just straight up better. How do you expect him to win? 2017.
Oh, we're just skipping to
Are you
that.
guys 2016 he won. So why are we going to talk about it? 2017 and 2018. Did you actually expect him to win? In 2018, he didn't even have Kyrie Irving.
I
He didn't have Kyrie Irving.
did
And
clearly
okay, but let me ask you
2015.
something about what
He
you said
also
about the
lost
Lakers.
again. Just want to mention that.
So Jeff said something about the Lakers having depth or whatever.
And skill.
Okay, let's talk about let's just take a look at where were the Lakers before LeBron came.
No, I have a question too. I have a question.
Well, they don't have the same. They don't have the same players.
Jeff,
right?
Jeff, I have a question for you.
Lakers scored in 2018 and Lakers scored in 2021.
Okay, realistically,
Jeff, I have a question.
Last year,
What do you mean
last year the Lakers won, right? Last year the Lakers
I
won.
have a question
Do
for
you
Jeff.
think the Lakers would have won the finals if LeBron wasn't on the team?
No.
So why does their lineup matter if LeBron isn't there?
I have
I'm
a
just
question.
saying that the
I have a
depth is better. And
Okay,
you
but
can
it doesn't
really see
matter.
that the
Okay,
Warriors
let's
are a
see.
good
Let's see.
example of
Let's
why
see
you
their
need depth.
depth. Okay.
The Warriors
Let's see
are
the
very
depth.
good with Steph Curry on the floor, but when Steph Curry is not on the floor, they are very trash. That is
Let's
their
see their
depth
depth,
showing.
please. I would
That's
like
why
to see.
depth, no matter how good you are, depth is a very necessary thing.
I would like to see their depth real quick. So let's just go through their last game stats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis, 34 points, 11 rebounds. Really good game for Anthony Davis. 21 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds for LeBron James, right? Andre Drummond, 6 points. Dennis Schroeder, I'll give it to him. Good game, 20 points. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, 5 points. Kyle Kuzma, 8 points. Alex Caruso, 4 points. Wesley Matthews, 8 points. Marcus Gasol, 3 points. How is that
Nice
depth?
depth.
What are you reading this on? The last
Their
a
last-
nitpick stat that you got just to show how this in that one like in a few spans.
Like, okay,
they-
if you're talking about depth,
Like,
give an
they're
example.
all- they-
Give an
there's
example.
only-
Where are you reading from this?
There's 3 players who got over 10 points.
Where are you reading from this? Where are you reading this from?
Their stats from last game.
Give an example. Jeff.
Oh, because one game decides everything, right? One game decides everything.
Give an example of when the Lakers have shown depth with their current lineup. Give an example.
Exactly.
What do you mean? Give an example. They're just
Give an
better.
example. Give me 2, 3, or even just one. Give me one game stat line where the Lakers have shown depth with players that are not on the starting lineup.
All right.
Google time.
You're asking me to do this. That's me raw. Let me give me the exact dates of freaking two.
Simply just need an example, you know.
I think he's gonna search up those exact words and just look for one game.
Ah, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
In April 24, Kyle Kuzma dropped 14 points and 2
Okay.
rebounds. Andre Drummond got 12 rebounds. And even Anthony Davis didn't even win.
How many points did they have? Like
Yeah.
points, assists. Don't just give me their
14.
highest numbers.
Yeah, no.
Ben McLemore dropped 20 points. 14, 20, 7 from Caruso, 4 from Marquise
Now, I
Morris,
have a question.
6 from Lamar
I have
Tucker.
another thing.
No man, you
And
have to tell me the
LeBron wasn't
stats.
even on the
No,
Kurt,
man.
listen, I have another thing. Now we have the Brooklyn Nets, you know. Last game they lost. They had a bad game. So I'm going to go to the game prior when they won. Because the last game I looked at the Lakers. The Lakers also won. So we're making it fair, okay?
Oh,
So
yeah,
the
fair.
Lakers won. I looked at the game that they won. Now I'm looking at the Brooklyn Nets game that they won. Now let's see, okay?
Mhm.
KD 26.
Okay.
Joe Harris 25. Blake Griffin 11. Kyrie Irving 15. James Harden 20. Laundry Shamet 10. Bruce Brown Jr. 6. Jeff Green 6. Mike James 4. That's actual depth. They're not doing
You
all
named
the
4 bench players, Malvin. Do you realize that? Kevin Durant isn't a bench player.
I didn't
Yeah,
say
but not all of their bench players
Kevin
played that
Durant,
game.
Kyrie
I
Irving,
didn't
James
say
Harden.
what.
Not all of their bench
You
players
said
played
like
that
3
game.
bench players.
Not all
You
of their
said
bench
multiple
players played that
right?
game.
You said 3 good bench players.
The stats
Are
aren't
you-
even available. You know that, right? Not all of their bench players played in that game.
Exactly. They don't even
So he's
have. They
giving
don't
you
even
the-
have a good enough bench
I
players.
just for the rest. I mean, Tyler Johnson 3.
Jeff, are you,
Ernie,
if you,
oh,
are you
that's
telling
scary.
me? No, are you really telling me that
That's scary.
as a coach, you want to win? You're going to put on your bench players? Of course, not all of the bench players played.
And
They put on
I
their
just-
starting
I just
lineup because they want to win.
I just mentioned.
They're gonna
I
run
just
out of
mentioned-
stamina.
I just mentioned 6 players that scored over 10 on the Lakers. A game
Oh,
that
oh,
they
oh,
won. Only
How many
3
bench players did that?
made
How many
over
bench
10.
players? Out of the 6, how many bench players?
1. Doesn't matter. The Lakers.
Oh, you have better depth.
The
Okay.
Lakers had
All
5
right, now let me ask you a question,
starters
Jeff.
that
No, let me
scored
ask you a
over
question,
10
Jeff.
points.
Jeff.
How are you?
No.
You're saying, I ain't
Let me
arguing
The
Jeff,
Lakers.
let me ask you a
the Lakers
question,
had
Jeff.
5
Jeff,
starters.
Jeff,
Only
give me
3 of them scored over 10.
give me one
Are you
example,
not hearing
Jeff.
me, Jeff?
Jeff, give
I
me
don't get
one example of when the bench decided the win for the game. Like they were the key to winning the game. Give me one example.
I never. What?
Give me an
No,
example, because you said the
no,
Lakers
that's
bench
not
has
that's
depth,
not
right?
interesting.
So
That's not
if
interesting.
All
a
right, all right, all right, all right. Let's talk about this. You've been talking about random regular season games. This is the playoffs right now.
okay,
Andre Drummond, 11 points. Big ol' Andre Drummond.
And
is
which
he a,
game?
he's a starter? Is he not a starter?
Montrezl Harrell, 12 points.
He's
Montrezl Harrell. We got here Kyle Kuzma. He's doing well in his rebounds. 4 rebounds for him. Andre Drummond, 10 rebounds. That's great from him. Good stuff. Dennis Schroeder, 19, 3 and 3. That's great. 2 steals too. That's great. Good defense. Probably can lock up Kyrie. We're talking about Montrezl Harrell. Oh man, he got 3 rebounds. Good drop, Montrezl Harrell. See, their bench is just better.
how many players that you just named were bench players?
Well, Montrezl Harrell, bench player. Kyle Kuzma, bench player. As Caruso, bench player. Andre Drummond, in some games, he is a bench player.
No, but regularly, is he a bench player?
Well, game started 3. Okay, sorry. Marcus All, bench player. Taylor Tucker, bench player. Ben McLemore, bench player.
You know, all these
You named
players
all of their stats?
are not even impressive.
Like, even if all those players played, because I did not hear all of their names, but in the case that they did play, their numbers did not decide the win of the game. Like, they didn't have such a huge impact on the game.
At the end of the day, no, Jeff. At the end of the day, we're always gonna get like 50 points from 50 plus points from just AD and LeBron for any Lakers to win. That's what we need. 50 plus. You know, KD or Harden or Kyrie, any of them can go maybe
The
score
other day,
15
they combined
and still
for
win,
89.
right?
So what happened in Boston?
We're not in that situation.
What
So I'm
happened?
not saying the Lakers are bad. I'm saying the Nets are better.
What did you say?
What happened? What happened in Boston? Oh, man, the fans got in Kyrie's head. Is he that mentally weak? Is he that mentally weak that some
What's that?
fans
No one
getting
said
in
that.
his head? That's what you
Okay,
said.
look.
That's what you said.
No,
That's
okay,
what you
hold
said.
on.
That's your words.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Kevin Durant,
He's
Kyrie,
I'm
and
talking
James
about Kirk.
Harden, if Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and James Harden didn't have a good game, then the team isn't gonna win. If LeBron and AD have a bad game, the team isn't gonna win.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that's
what's your point?
James Harden is a playoff choker. And when it comes down to it, he's gonna choke. Kevin
Okay,
Durant is only
we can say the same thing about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis can't make the playoffs and win without LeBron.
But
Did he make the playoffs and win when he was on the Pelicans?
But he has LeBron. Is LeBron
Did he make the playoffs and win when he was on the Pelicans?
Pause. Jeff. Alright, so what is your defense to that? Because all you did is just make a confused face. What is your defense to that?
Is LeBron not on the roster? You're saying if Anthony, if
You
LeBron
said that
was on the
James
roster,
Harden.
Anthony
You said
Davis would
that.
choke.
You said
But that
that
doesn't
James
have to
Harden
be a
chokes,
situation.
It's
right?
not like James
That has to
Harden
be
is
Up until this point, where we're discluding his 6-man year. Up until this point, James Harden has only been making the playoffs on the Rockets. So you're saying he chokes in the playoffs. You could say the same thing about Anthony Davis, because without LeBron, has he ever won playoffs? Has he ever made it to playoffs?
He still played good in those playoff series. Unlike James Harden, who
You're saying James Harden
underperformed.
Who was saying James Harden did not play good?
the person that took the
Informed.
Warriors to 7 games.
The Rockets missed 27 threes in a row when they could have went to the finals. If they hit at least half of that, they would have
The
won.
Rockets, is that James Harden who
James Harden
seven-
definitely did that. James Harden definitely shot like about half those threes and missed half of them.
Okay, but
Okay,
he didn't do
can't
all of
put
that.
the Rockets and James Harden is the same thing.
James Harden
You
is
can't
also
blame. I'm gonna say this. You can't blame
what
the
you can't
team's
blame James Harden?
performance on one player.
Yeah, I can if he underperforms, and he did underperform. Check the stats.
Okay.
He did not
Okay, but
listen
didn't
to-
AD underperform on the first game?
He underperformed in the entire series.
Hold
What?
on.
He underperformed the entire series. His average stats for the series.
24-point
His
game.
average stats for the series were. I'm not saying they were not good. for a normal player, but for James
So
Harden,
you're saying
I'm saying
34
James
points
Harden.
and 11
This
rebounds
is
is
James. I'm saying this is.
underperforming for Anthony Davis.
I'm
34 points and 11 rebounds are underperforming for
I'm saying this is James Harden in the regular season. This is James Harden in the playoff series. This is everyone else. This is average player. I'm saying he's still better than an average player, but he ain't James Harden. And that's what I'm saying.
I didn't mention James Harden in what I just said. What are you talking about?
What did you just say?
I literally just said Anthony Davis underperformed in his first game.
First game.
Okay.
Playoff series? The series.
You're saying that you live. Okay.
Talk about the series. Why are you talking about one game? I can pull up random games from Kevin Durant. I can do the same thing with Kevin Durant. But I don't think he's a playoff choker. Because he's not.
Oh my gosh.
He has nothing else to say. Speechless. I know. Kurt, he's trying to look through every single playoff series, seeing what happens. I'm talking about the shoot.
Wait, I'm just searching up.
Yeah,
Anthony Davis in general actually did perform well. In the
let's just get
exactly.
But,
let's move on.
No, we're not moving on. The argument's not done.
You have to be delusional to think the Lakers are beating the Nets, man. Oh my goodness.
That's what I'm saying.
It's him.
If the Lakers miraculously get to the finals, props to them. But they're really just gonna get swept. Let's just be honest here, okay?
I mean, yeah, you're right. If the Nets were there, but the 76ers are gonna be in the finals.
Okay, yeah. I'm done with this.
You have too much faith in James Harden.
You're actually crazy.
Okay, but
are we done here?
No.
We're done.
We're not done. Even if the players,
we've seen what happens to the Lakers when one of these star players are gone.
Yeah, but they're not.
You see how quickly they're dropped. So how?
But they're not. But they're not. But they're not.
But you said their bench is. You said their bench has depth.
Kyrie.
You said their bench has depth.
Lakers are skilled.
That's what we're still talking. That's what we're still trying to talk about. You said their bench is skilled. Their bench has depth. If that's true, why do the Lakers suffer so much when one of the star players is gone?
I'm not saying their bench.
No, I'm asking you a question. You said their bench has. Malvin, did he not say their bench has depth?
Let me answer it.
I'm trying to say it right now.
Are you gonna let me answer it?
Yeah, okay. Answer the question.
Have I ever said that they are superstars? I never said that. Okay. I said they are better than the average bench player. I'm not saying their bench is better than the starting five.
But even if they are, that's not the question.
Never saying that.
You're not answering the question.
I'm saying the Lakers bench is better than other teams' bench.
Okay, but I'm asking you, if their bench is so good, why don't they win when one of their star players is injured? It doesn't matter if their bench is no.
The bench is. I already answered that. Their bench is what? Their bench is better than other teams.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. The fact that their bench is better than
listen to me. You're not listening.
The fact that their bench is better than other teams' bench doesn't say anything. That look, if
what does that not say anything? That means their bench
is better.
If the superstars are out, their bench is gonna win.
Do they still lose? If the superstars are out, and the team can't win, doesn't matter whether the bench is better than other teams.
Kyrie and James. If LeBron, KD, Kyrie, and James Harden
the
Lakers would win.
The Raptors, in my opinion, have one of the best benches in the NBA. Where did they go this season?
Well, where's their starting five? They don't have a good starting five. That's the problem.
Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet,
and Siakam
Powell got traded, but Siakam, and that's not a good starting lineup.
Pascal Bryant, no.
You said who?
Pascal Bryant.
Pascal Siakam, what? Who's Pascal Bryant? What are you saying?
You don't get the joke. You don't even get the joke.
Are you calling him Brian, the White Mamba guy? Are you talking about Brian? That's besides the point.
We're done here.
No. Stop trying to move on.
Oh my god.
You still haven't answered the question.
You know that you lost.
You still haven't answered the question.
And the question is,
if the Lakers without a star player lose their games, why does it matter whether their team is their bench is better than other teams or not? That doesn't matter. I'm asking you, Why? Why do they lose?
Okay, can I answer that? Because you're just repeating the same.
You're giving the same answer.
Can I answer? I was about to answer, and just like you're giving the same answer. This is my answer.
Okay.
LeBron, AD, KD, Kyrie, James Harden. They can't play all 42 minutes.
I'm talking about the Lakers.
And when they're in the bench,
I'm
who's
talking
going to
about
break it
the
up?
Lakers.
The bench are playing.
I'm talking about the Lakers. Don't bring up the Nets. Talk about the Lakers.
If I'm saying LeBron and AD can't play all the entire game. So what's going to happen when they're on the bench? The bench is going to play. And I'm saying that usually the superstars are out at the same time.
Do you know what out means, Jeff?
Yes,
When I'm talking out, I'm talking non-available. I'm not talking about
but they're not.
on the bench.
What does that matter? What?
Listen, you guys are both bringing invalid points. Okay, let me say what I have to say. Right.
Yeah.
So I just pulled up. Ever since AD got injured, what happened to him?
Why you guys bring up injuries? It's
Because that's what out means. That's what out means.
How are you going to say why you bring up injuries?
If KD and Kyrie and James Harden,
What does out mean?
KD and Kyrie
I just say why am I bringing up
What does out
injuries?
mean?
Let me say my point. Let me say my point, and then maybe you
What does out
point
mean?
you understand. Okay, Kurt, just chill. Okay, now the Nuggets beat them, the Nets beat them, the Heat beat them, the Wizards beat them, the Jazz beat them, the Suns beat them, the Kings beat them. What else?
You done?
The Hawks beat them, the Pelicans beat them, 76ers beat them.
And only one of the star players are out.
The Clippers beat them.
You done?
All these people, the Knicks beat them. The Celtics beat them. All these people beat them, right? Now, you said that their bench is better than other teams' benches, right? Some of these teams, like the Hawks, are not even that great and still manage to beat them.
What's your point?
I'm saying you said the bench is better.
You're just saying stuff. There's no point.
No, you're not
Trae Young is
listening,
the
man.
star player. Trae Young is the star player. LeBron's the star player, right? So obviously their points are gonna cancel out each other's whatever, right? But then it comes down to the bench.
That's not how basketball works. That's not how basketball
Okay, in some cases, okay, let me just give you a real quick example. Let's say you get a matchup, Paul George versus Jason Tatum, okay? They both have great nights. If Jason Tatum drops 40 and Paul George drops 40 something, whatever, they both cancel each other out because they had the same or similar performances. So if most of the superstars on the team do that, then it all comes down to the bench, does it not?
What?
Do you not understand?
What?
If Paul George, okay, this is because Paul George has had really good performances before. If the Celtics have a matchup, okay, you want an example? Oh my gosh.
Are we done with this topic? Because you guys are just going
because I feel like you can't answer the question and that you're just dodging the topic.
What you mean I'm answering this question? You're not asking a question.
You didn't even answer. Malvin asked you a simple question. And
Okay, what's the question? Because you guys are not
Why?
asking.
He keeps asking you. We keep asking you the question. You
Yeah,
dodge the topic.
and then you're
turn around.
Answer, and then you keep asking the question.
Ask the question and let's
I'm gonna
see
repeat Malvin's question. Okay, listen carefully, Jeff. The Lakers have lost to multiple teams that they are better than. Celtics, the Knicks, Atlanta, etc. Malvin just named a whole list. If you weren't listening, oh well, that's your problem. But they had one star out. Anthony Davis. Was LeBron out? No, LeBron played. Anthony Davis did not play. He was out. In case you did not know what out means, out does not mean sitting on the bench.
Are you going to explain how to breathe too?
Hey, in case you did not know, out does not mean sitting on the bench. Because you were like, oh, star players can't play the entire game. Blah, blah, blah. Out means they're out. They are not playing the game. They are unavailable. So one of their stars is out. Anthony Davis is gone. And they lost to all these teams that they are better than 100%. They lost to them. So if the bench has so much depth and they still have the one star player, why did they lose?
Because their starting five was better.
What?
The Hawks starting five is better than the Lakers.
Without AD, probably, yeah.
So what, huh? Are you listening to yourself, man?
What is what?
Remember when?
That's what he's
Remember when?
supposed to do when you lost the
Yeah,
argument.
when you have
Now he
nothing to
lost the
say,
argument.
when you have
Now he
nothing to
lost
say,
the
that's what
argument.
you do.
No, we're moving on. We're moving on.
You
We're
lost,
moving on.
man.
You're not asking
That's
Lost the
nothing.
argument.
I
We're moving on.
asked you a question.
What's
Sir, no, sir. We're moving on. We're moving on. No, you're not.
We're
Yeah.
done.
Hey guys,
We're
guys,
done.
guys,
Next
you guys
topic.
get this?
We're
Next
done.
topic.
You
Next
guys get this?
topic.
We're
Next
done.
topic.
No,
Next topic.
We're done.
You lost it. You lost
Jeff,
it. You lost it, bro.
I asked you
Yeah,
why did they
yeah.
lose, and his answer was we
Okay,
started
my
5
answer to
better.
this question is that my answer to that question is I didn't answer that because it's so simple. Good teams lose to worse teams all
What?
the time. Why do you think Michael Jordan and '96 Bulls?
Why are
they
you bringing up?
lost
No, that
You think
happened.
they
That's
won?
gone. We're talking
2016
about
Warriors,
now.
they lost
Hey,
games.
Jeff,
They
we're
lost
talking
their
about
better-
the Lakers
No, you don't
bench
because they
now.
won.
We're talking
What's
about their
wrong?
lineup and their bench now. We're talking about them now, not in the past.
What you mean past? I'm
You're
bringing
bringing up
examples.
Michael Jordan. Talk
I'm
about
bringing-
now.
I'm
And we're not
bringing-
talking about the Bulls. We're
uh,
talking about the Lakers specifically. Talk about this team, this roster.
I am
Because you
Kurt,
said
Kurt,
that
Kurt,
this
Kurt,
roster,
Kurt,
this
Kurt,
bench
Kurt,
has
Kurt,
depth.
Kurt,
Talk about
Kurt,
this.
Kurt. I am bringing up examples to
No,
show my
no,
reasoning,
no,
and those
no.
examples are that good teams can lose to worse teams because
That's
at
obvious.
the day, at that time of that day, they were better because they were hotter. They felt like they could win. They're better at that day. Doesn't mean overall they're not better. Overall, they're not better. 1996, the Bulls were not undefeated, but yet they're still the best team. 2016 Warriors, they went 73-9, but still lost 9 games. Do you think those 9 games, those 9 teams were better than the 76 Warriors, 73 Warriors? No, they weren't.
But I didn't name one example. I named multiple that happened in 2 months.
Okay, the Brooklyn Nets have lost many games, and I still think they're better than those teams.
We're talking about the Lakers, Jeff.
We're talking about the Lakers.
I'm bringing up examples.
You did not say that the Brooklyn Nets bench
cannot-
has depth.
Bro.
Lakers, man.
I'm
You didn't
Talk about
say
the Lakers.
Nets
It's
were
not
better.
hard.
I'm answering your questions. I'm asking
It's
you
not hard.
questions. You won't let me answer your questions. Do you realize this? You're complaining about me not answering questions when you don't listen to my answers.
No, you can't answer the question.
You're not even
and
gonna
I'm
answer
answering the
the
question.
question.
I'm answering the question. The question was, why did the Lakers lose? I answered that question. You asked
by bringing
why
up
did the Lakers
another
lose?
team's
And you
record.
asked,
That's
why-
what you
Oh
did.
my God! Could you shut up? You asked, why did the Lakers lose to worse teams? I answered that because that's how the regular season works. Worse teams beat better teams all the time. It just depends on the day and how good the teams were feeling.
You really told us
Are you
this.
hearing yourself? So
What
you're
you mean?
telling me that good teams lose depending
The worst
on
teams.
the day.
Yeah. It did not. Okay, then you want examples?
Okay,
These are examples. 96 Bulls. They were the best team in the 96 year. They won the championship. Yet
Did you
they
not
still
tell
lost.
us already?
You
Yet
told
they
us to
still
us.
lost.
You're
Every
answering a
champion,
new question
every
with
champion
your
of
own
each
question.
year has lost
But it's
games.
saying that you answer our questions.
I answered your question. And
I
yet you're
think
not
I'm gonna
listening
have
to
to
me.
start bringing
That's the
up
problem. You're not
wait,
listening.
PowerPoints and
So
putting
now you're being a
questions
hypocrite.
onto it.
Listen,
What?
listen. The Lakers. Okay, we're talking about the Lakers first.
I'm giving you examples.
Second off, you said the Lakers have a good bench. Prove to us that they have a good bench. Instead of saying, "Oh, on the day, yeah."
And
they
also
just-
on top of that, on
Okay,
top of that,
okay.
no, on top of that, when I tried to bring up an example that when I tried to bring up when I tried to say something that contradicted your point, you said we're talking about this roster. So
What
don't
was
talk
the-
about,
what was the
don't
point?
talk
That was the
about,
point.
don't
What was
talk.
the point? You're just saying things. I can say, "Oh, you lied about something," but you won't even give up what did you lie about. I
Okay,
can
look,
say that.
you
didn't even let him finish the
you said
sentence.
that the Lakers.
What did you say? What did I say?
said-
What did I say? Melvin, shut up.
You said that the Lakers bench has depth. And then
Mhm.
I said, have you seen the Lakers record before they got LeBron? Have you seen the Lakers record? And then you said, we're talking about this roster. That's what you said. When I said, have you seen the Lakers record when LeBron wasn't there, when AD wasn't there? You said we're talking about this roster.
Okay,
So,
can I respond? Are you done? Or can I respond?
no, I'm not done. That's why I haven't stopped
No, you're
talking.
talking about a whole
That's
other.
why I
Calvin,
haven't
shut
stopped
up.
talking.
In a whole other era.
Calvin, shut up.
You'll
What
know I'm
are you doing?
done when I stop talking.
Okay.
So, what did I do about? So yeah, so when you're talking about their depth or whatever, talk about this lineup. Don't talk about. Don't bring up other teams' records. That doesn't matter. The 1996 Bulls aren't the 2021 Lakers. The 2015 Warriors aren't the 2021 Lakers. You can't compare another team and all the individuals on that team. You can't compare them to every single individual on the Lakers when it comes to like mindset.
Are you done? Because right now you're just repeating yourself.
Okay.
You're wasting time because you're just repeating yourself. You done?
You want to answer my question?
You're done. Malvin, shut up. Malvin, shut up.
Just
I'm
let him,
trying to
Malvin, just let him
respond.
answer. Just let him answer.
Okay, let me answer. The reason why I mentioned the 96 Bulls or the 2016
I
Bulls.
didn't ask you for that reason.
No. The reason why I mentioned the 96 Bulls and the 2016 Warriors is because I was using them as examples. You mentioned the 2018 Lakers like that was the exact same team.
I didn't ask you why did you mention the 1996 Bulls. I said don't mention. Asked you.
You said, and I quote. You said, and I quote.
Wow.
You mentioned
Wow.
the
We're moving on.
1996 Bulls.
It's been too long on this
I'm
segment.
sorry,
Let's move on.